Let me tell you something important. It is about what happens to your muscles after 70. I have seen it happen to others, and I have felt it myself. When you reach that age, things begin to change. Your muscles are not as strong as they used to be. You feel it when you get out of bed. You feel it when you climb the stairs. Even getting up from a chair is not as easy as it once was. It is not just in your head. It is real. After 70, your muscles naturally start to lose mass and strength. It is called sarcopenia. It sounds complicated, but it simply means your muscles are shrinking. You lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every 10 years after 30. By the time you are 70, it becomes noticeable. You feel weaker. You get tired more quickly. You are not as steady on your feet. That is why so many older people fall and get hurt. They do not have the muscle strength to catch themselves. I have seen friends go through this, and I knew I had to do something before it was too late. I remember when I first noticed it. I was reaching for a box on a high shelf. I used to do it without thinking, but that day, my arms felt shaky. My legs did not feel as steady. It hit me that my body was not the same. It was a hard pill to swallow. I did not feel old in my mind, but my body was telling me the truth. I realized that if I did nothing, it would only get worse. That scared me. I did not want to become dependent on others. I did not want to lose my freedom. The truth is, if you do not use your muscles, you lose them. It is as simple as that. After 70, your body does not maintain muscle like it used to. Your body starts breaking down muscle faster than it can build it. If you do not stay active, if you do not push your muscles to work, they will continue to weaken. It is not just about looking strong. It is about being able to carry your groceries, climb the stairs, or even get off the toilet by yourself. These are the simple things that we take for granted until they become difficult. I have watched people around me struggle with this. I have seen friends lose their independence. They could no longer do the things they used to enjoy. Golf, gardening, walking in the park. All of it became too difficult. I did not want that to happen to me. I wanted to keep living my life fully. I wanted to be able to play with my grandkids, to take walks with my wife, and to do the things that made me feel alive. That is why I made a decision. I was not going to let my muscles waste away. I started exercising. Nothing fancy. Just simple movements to keep my muscles working. I began with short walks. At first, I could not go far without feeling tired. But I kept at it. Every day, just a little bit more. Then I started doing light strength exercises. Lifting small weights, doing squats, and stretching. It was not easy. There were days when I felt sore, days when I wanted to quit. But I thought about my independence. I thought about my family. I did not want to be a burden to them. I did not want to lose the life I loved. It made a difference. Slowly but surely, I felt stronger. I could walk longer without feeling tired. I could reach for that box on the high shelf without feeling wobbly. I regained my confidence. I realized that it was not about stopping the aging process. It was about staying strong enough to enjoy my life. It was about maintaining my dignity and independence. One of the hardest parts was accepting that I could not do what I did in my younger years. I had to be patient with myself. I had to learn to work with my body, not against it. That meant taking rest days. That meant listening to my body when it was telling me to slow down. It was not about pushing to the limit. It was about staying active and consistent. I also learned that nutrition matters. After 70, your body does not process protein as efficiently. That means you need to eat enough protein to support muscle maintenance. Eggs, fish, beans, and lean meats became a regular part of my diet. I made sure to eat a balanced meal after exercising to help my muscles recover. It was not just about lifting weights. It was about giving my body what it needed to stay strong. I am sharing this because I want others to know that it is possible to stay strong after 70. It is not about becoming a bodybuilder or running marathons. It is about being able to live your life without limitations. It is about being able to get out of bed without pain. It is about being able to walk without fear of falling. It is about being able to hug your loved ones with strength in your arms. I have seen people who gave up too soon. They thought it was just a part of getting old. They did not fight back. They did not try to stay strong. They spent more time sitting. They became weaker. They lost their independence. I did not want that to happen to me. I chose to fight. I chose to stay active. I chose to take care of my muscles because they take care of me. If you are over 70 or getting close, do not wait until it is too late. Start moving. Start small, but start now. Go for a walk. Do some stretches. Lift light weights. Keep your body active. It is never too late to start, but it gets harder the longer you wait. Trust me. I have been there. I know how it feels to lose strength, and I know how it feels to gain it back. I am not saying it is easy. There are days when it feels like a struggle. There are days when you want to give up. But remember why you are doing it. Remember who you are doing it for. Maybe it is for your spouse. Maybe it is for your grandkids. Maybe it is just for yourself. Whatever the reason, hold on to it. Let it push you forward. I am still working on it every day. I am not as strong as I was in my youth, but I am stronger than I was when I first noticed the weakness. I am still walking. I am still lifting. I am still living my life the way I want to live it. And that is all I could ever ask for. So if you are listening to this and you are over 70 or getting close, I am telling you from experience. Do not let your muscles waste away. Do not lose your independence. Fight back. Stay active. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you. It is not about staying young. It is about staying strong. It is about living your life with dignity and joy. That is the real secret to aging well. That is the truth that nobody tells you. I am telling you now because I want you to have the same chance I had. The chance to live fully. The chance to stay strong. The chance to keep moving forward. It is never too late to start. Take that first step today. Your muscles, your body, and your future self will thank you for it. Now, let's clear some common questions. How do medications and health conditions influence muscle health in older adults? You see, as you get older, doctors start giving you more pills. Blood pressure pills, cholesterol pills, painkillers, sleep aids, you name it. And those pills, they help you in one way but hurt you in another. Some of them make you feel dizzy or tired. Some make your muscles feel weak. I remember when I started taking a medication for my blood pressure. It did its job. My blood pressure went down, but so did my energy. My legs felt heavy. My arms felt weak. I could not walk as far as I used to. I did not have the strength to lift the same weights I used to lift. It was frustrating. I did not know what was happening to me. I went to my doctor and asked him about it. That is when I learned that some medications can cause muscle weakness. It is a side effect that nobody warns you about. Cholesterol medications, like statins, can cause muscle pain and weakness. Steroids, which are used for inflammation, can make your muscles shrink if you take them for a long time. Even some heart medications can make you feel tired and weak. I did not know that my blood pressure pill was affecting my muscles. But once I found out, I knew I had to do something about it. I did not want to stop taking my medication. I needed it to keep my heart healthy. But I did not want to lose my strength either. So I talked to my doctor. I asked if there was another option. We tried a different medication, and it helped. I still felt a little tired sometimes, but it was better than before. I also started exercising more. Nothing crazy. Just simple movements to keep my muscles working. I walked every day. I did light strength exercises. I stretched to stay flexible. It made a difference. My muscles started feeling stronger again. But medications are only part of the story. Health conditions also play a big role in muscle health. When you get older, your body faces more challenges. Diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, and even depression can all make your muscles weaker. I have a friend who has diabetes. He used to be strong and active, but his muscles started to weaken. He did not know why at first, but then he learned that diabetes can damage the nerves that control your muscles. It makes it harder to move. It makes you feel tired all the time. I watched him struggle, and it broke my heart. But he did not give up. He started exercising. He changed his diet. He fought back, and he got stronger. Arthritis is another challenge. It makes your joints hurt. It makes it hard to move. When it hurts to move, you stop moving. And when you stop moving, your muscles get weaker. It is a vicious cycle. I know because I have arthritis too. Some days, it is hard to get out of bed. My knees ache. My back feels stiff. But I push through it. I know that if I stop moving, my muscles will waste away. I stretch every morning. I walk even when I do not feel like it. I do light exercises to keep my muscles strong. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Then there is heart disease. When your heart is not working well, your body does not get enough oxygen. Your muscles need oxygen to work. If they do not get enough, they get tired and weak. I have seen this happen to my neighbor. He used to walk every day. Then he had a heart attack. After that, he could barely make it down the street without feeling exhausted. He lost a lot of his strength. But he did not give up. He started doing light exercises. He worked with his doctor to find a safe routine. It was slow progress, but he got stronger little by little. Mental health matters too. Depression can make you feel tired and weak. It takes away your motivation to move. It makes you want to stay in bed all day. I went through that after my wife passed away. I lost my will to do anything. I stopped walking. I stopped exercising. I felt my muscles getting weaker. I was losing my strength. But then I realized that if I did not fight back, I would lose more than just my strength. I would lose my independence. I did not want that. I did not want to become a burden to my children. So I forced myself to move. I took one step at a time. I walked a little every day. I did light exercises. I fought through the pain, both physical and emotional. It was not easy, but it saved me. I am telling you all this because I want you to understand that your muscles are not just getting weaker because you are getting old. It is because of the medications you take and the health conditions you face. But that does not mean you should give up. It does not mean you have to lose your strength. You can fight back. Talk to your doctor. Ask about different medications. Find out what exercises are safe for you. Keep moving, even when it is hard. I am still fighting every day. I am not as strong as I used to be, but I am stronger than I would have been if I had given up. I still take my medications, but I am careful about them. I exercise to keep my muscles working. I watch my diet to keep my body healthy. I refuse to let my muscles waste away. I refuse to lose my independence. What are the most common myths about aging and muscle loss? One of the biggest myths is that muscle loss is inevitable after a certain age. People say that once you hit 60 or 70, your muscles just disappear and there is nothing you can do to stop it. But that is not how it works. Yes, your body changes as you get older. You might not be as strong as you were at 20, but that does not mean you have to be weak. I have seen people in their 80s who are stronger than some people in their 40s. The difference is that they did not give up. They kept moving. They kept exercising. They did not believe that muscle loss was inevitable, so they fought against it. And they won. I learned that the body responds to what you do with it, no matter how old you are. If you keep using your muscles, they will stay with you. But if you let them sit idle, they will waste away. It is as simple as that. Another myth is that older people should avoid strength training because it is too dangerous. People think that lifting weights is only for young people, that older folks should stick to walking or light stretching. I used to believe that too. I was scared of hurting myself. I did not want to pull a muscle or break a bone. But then I met a man at the park who was in his 70s, and he was lifting weights like a pro. He told me that strength training was the reason he could still move without pain, the reason he could still play with his grandkids. He showed me some simple exercises, and I started doing them at home. At first, it was tough. My muscles were weak because I had neglected them for so long. But as I kept going, I started to feel stronger. My joints stopped aching so much. I had more energy. I realized that strength training is not dangerous. It is the key to staying strong and independent. Of course, you have to be smart about it. Start light. Use proper form. Listen to your body. But do not believe the myth that you are too old to lift weights. You are never too old to get stronger. There is also this myth that muscle loss does not matter as long as you can still move around. People say that as long as you can walk, you are fine. But that is not the whole truth. Muscle loss is not just about strength. It is about balance, stability, and independence. I have seen people who could walk just fine, but then they tripped and could not catch themselves because their muscles were too weak. I have seen others who struggled to get up from a chair or climb stairs because they did not have the leg strength they needed. Muscle loss makes you more prone to falls and injuries. It takes away your ability to do everyday tasks. I did not want that to happen to me. That is why I made it a priority to keep my muscles strong. I do not lift heavy weights or do crazy exercises, but I make sure my muscles stay active. I want to be able to stand up on my own, to walk without fear of falling, to live without being dependent on others. Another myth that gets to me is the idea that eating enough protein does not matter once you get older. People think that protein is just for bodybuilders or young athletes, but that could not be further from the truth. Your muscles need protein to stay strong, no matter how old you are. I did not know that when I was younger. I used to eat whatever was easy and quick, and I did not think about nutrition at all. But then I started feeling weak. I was losing muscle even though I was staying active. I went to see my doctor, and she asked me about my diet. That is when I learned that I was not getting enough protein. I started eating more protein-rich foods like eggs, chicken, beans, and nuts. It made a big difference. My muscles felt stronger. I had more energy. I realized that protein is not just for the young. It is for anyone who wants to keep their muscles strong and healthy. There is also this myth that once you lose muscle, you can never get it back. People think that if you have been inactive for too long, it is too late to rebuild your strength. But that is not true. I lost a lot of muscle after a surgery a few years ago. I was bedridden for weeks, and my legs felt like jelly when I finally got up. I thought I would never walk the same way again. But I did not give up. I started slow. I did simple leg lifts in bed. Then I moved to standing exercises. Then I started walking again, little by little. It was hard. It took time. But I rebuilt my muscles. I got my strength back. It was not easy, but it was possible. If you are willing to put in the work, you can rebuild muscle at any age. Do not believe the myth that it is too late. It is never too late. How can lifestyle changes beyond exercise help preserve muscle strength? One of the most important things I learned is that nutrition plays a huge role in muscle strength. When I was younger, I did not think much about what I ate. I ate whatever was convenient, and I did not care if it was healthy or not. But as I got older, I started feeling weaker. I lost weight without trying, and I could see my muscles getting smaller. I went to see my doctor, and she told me that I was not getting enough protein. That surprised me. I thought protein was only for bodybuilders or young athletes. But the truth is, your muscles need protein to stay strong no matter how old you are. I started eating more protein-rich foods like eggs, chicken, fish, beans, and nuts. It was not an instant fix, but over time, I started to feel stronger. I had more energy, and my muscles felt firmer. I realized that what you put in your body matters just as much as how you move it. If you want to keep your muscles strong, you need to feed them well. Staying hydrated is another thing people often overlook. I used to drink coffee all day long, thinking it was enough to keep me going. But then I started feeling tired all the time. My muscles ached, and I could not figure out why. A friend of mine told me to drink more water, and at first, I thought it was silly. But I gave it a try, and I was amazed at how much better I felt. Dehydration can make your muscles feel weak and tired. It affects your energy levels and even your balance. I made it a habit to drink water throughout the day, and it made a world of difference. It is such a simple change, but it is powerful. Sleep is another thing that affects muscle strength more than people realize. When you are young, you can get away with staying up late and waking up early without much trouble. But as you get older, your body needs more time to recover. I used to stay up watching television until midnight and then wonder why I felt so weak and tired the next day. It took me a while to realize that my muscles were not getting the rest they needed to repair and grow. I started going to bed earlier and making sure I got at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. I woke up feeling more refreshed, and my muscles felt stronger. Sleep is when your body heals. If you do not get enough rest, you are not giving your muscles the chance to rebuild. It is not just about how much you move during the day. It is also about how well you rest at night. Managing stress is another key factor. I did not think stress affected my muscles until I went through a tough time a few years ago. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, and I noticed my body felt weaker. I was tense all the time. My shoulders were tight, my back hurt, and I felt exhausted. I talked to my doctor, and she explained that stress releases hormones that break down muscle tissue. I realized that my mind was affecting my body more than I knew. I started doing things to manage my stress. I took up meditation and practiced deep breathing exercises. I made time to relax and enjoy simple pleasures like listening to music or spending time in nature. As my stress levels went down, my muscle strength improved. It showed me that taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your body. Social connections are another thing that can make a big difference. I used to keep to myself a lot. I did not think I needed to be around people to stay strong. But then I went through a period of loneliness, and I noticed that my energy levels dropped. I felt weaker, less motivated, and even a little depressed. A neighbor invited me to join a walking group, and at first, I was hesitant. But I gave it a try, and it changed my life. Being around others lifted my spirits. We encouraged each other, laughed together, and shared stories. I felt more alive, and my muscles felt stronger because I was more active. I learned that staying connected with others keeps you moving, motivated, and mentally sharp. It is not just about exercise. It is about staying engaged with life. I also found that keeping a positive mindset matters more than you might think. When you believe that getting old means getting weak, you start to live that way. You stop trying. You give up on activities you love. You start to accept weakness as normal. But that mindset is a trap. I met an 80-year-old man at the park who was doing push-ups like a young man. I asked him how he stayed so strong, and he told me that he never let himself believe he was too old. He said that age is just a number and that the mind controls the body. That conversation changed my perspective. I stopped seeing myself as old and started seeing myself as capable. I focused on what I could do instead of what I could not. It gave me the courage to keep moving, keep challenging myself, and keep my muscles strong. What are the first signs of muscle decline, and when should one take action? Muscle decline does not happen overnight. It is a slow, sneaky process. At first, it is little things. You might notice that you get tired more quickly than before. I remember walking up a flight of stairs that I had climbed countless times before. But this time, I felt out of breath. My legs felt heavier, and I had to stop to catch my breath. I told myself it was just because I had not been as active. But in truth, it was my muscles losing strength. When you start feeling fatigued from simple activities like walking, climbing stairs, or even standing for a long time, it is a warning sign. It means your muscles are not as strong as they used to be. Another early sign is losing your balance more easily. I used to have great balance. I could stand on one foot to tie my shoe without wobbling. But then I noticed that I started swaying. I had to hold on to something for support. It felt strange because I was so used to my body being steady and reliable. Losing balance is not just about getting clumsy with age. It is about muscle weakness. Your leg muscles play a big role in keeping you steady. When they get weaker, it affects your balance. That is why older people are more prone to falls. It is not just about bad luck. It is about the body losing strength. I also noticed that my movements were getting slower. I did not have that quickness anymore. Simple tasks like getting up from a chair or bending down to pick something up took more effort. It felt like my body was moving through water, like there was resistance holding me back. At first, I thought it was just stiffness. But the truth is, my muscles were losing power. When your muscles decline, they do not respond as quickly. You lose that burst of energy you once had. If you find yourself moving more slowly and feeling sluggish, it is a sign that your muscles are not as strong as they used to be. One day, I was carrying groceries, and I felt a weakness in my arms. It was not pain. It was just a feeling that my arms were not up to the task. I had to put the bags down and rest before continuing. That was the day I realized that my muscles were getting weaker. It is easy to ignore these signs because they seem small, but they are messages from your body. When you start feeling weakness during everyday tasks like carrying groceries, lifting objects, or even pushing open a heavy door, your muscles are telling you they need help. Another sign is losing muscle mass. This one is tricky because it happens gradually. I did not notice it right away. But one day, I looked at my arms, and they seemed smaller than I remembered. I used to have strong, firm muscles. But now they looked thinner and softer. Muscle loss is a normal part of aging, but it can be slowed down if you take action. If you notice your muscles getting smaller or flabbier, it is a sign that they are weakening. When I started noticing these signs, I made excuses. I told myself it was just because I was getting older. I thought it was normal and that there was nothing I could do about it. But then I met a man at the park who was older than me and still strong. He walked with confidence and moved with ease. I asked him how he did it, and he told me that he never stopped taking care of his muscles. He said that muscle decline is not just about aging. It is about inactivity. When you stop using your muscles, they start to weaken. That was the day I decided to take action. I started with small changes. I did simple exercises at home, like lifting light weights and doing squats. I focused on movements that helped with balance, like standing on one foot. I also started eating more protein to support muscle growth. It was not easy at first. My muscles were sore, and I felt tired. But I kept going because I did not want to lose my independence. I did not want to rely on others to do simple tasks for me. The truth is, the best time to take action is when you first notice the signs. Do not wait until you are too weak to do the things you love. Do not wait until you are afraid of falling or need help getting out of a chair. The earlier you take action, the better your chances of keeping your muscles strong. Even small changes can make a big difference. If you feel tired, start by moving more each day. If you feel weak, try lifting light weights or using resistance bands. If you lose your balance, practice standing on one foot or doing balance exercises. It is never too late to get stronger. I used to think muscle decline was just part of getting old. But I learned that you have more control than you think. You can slow down muscle loss by staying active, eating well, and challenging your body. You do not have to accept weakness as your destiny. You have the power to stay strong, independent, and full of life. I am glad I took action when I did. I feel stronger now than I did years ago. I have more energy, better balance, and the confidence to keep living life on my terms. I hope my story inspires you to listen to your body and take action. Because your muscles are worth fighting for. And so is your independence. If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel, so until next time, take care.